Relationship with him is transforming. When you get to know him, you're changed. Why? Because he's always with you. If I hung out with you 24/7 and never left your side, there's things you'd never even consider doing just because I'm with you. Wonder if you develop that with Jesus and you realize you're never alone. Watch what he says in 1 John 4. Beloved, let us love one another. Why? Because love is of God. And everyone, not some, not most, everyone who loves is born of God and knows God. Watch, he who loveth not doesn't know God. So the barometer, according to Scripture, of knowing him is your love. Not your commitment, not your service, not how many mission trips you go on, and not how much you give to the poor. The measuring stick of actually knowing him, not believing on his name, knowing him, intimacy, co-union, communion, my friend, my Father, my Lord. The barometer scripturally of knowing him is your love. He said, if you don't love, you don't know him. He doesn't say you don't pastor. He didn't say you don't go on mission trips. He didn't say you don't serve in the church. But he did say there's one reason if you don't love, it's because you don't know him. See, I love those sermons. I love the one reason. Because if he gave me one of three, now I have to do inventory. Which tells me I can't know him without being changed by him. Like I can't have intimacy without becoming more like him. He wants to impregnate me with who he is, so who he is the manifestation of my life. Why? Because he made man for his image and gave him a body to fulfill that image, to express it, right? To fulfill his intention till the whole earth is filled with his glory. That's why the psalmist said, what is it about man that you're so mindful of this guy? That you would visit him, that you would give him dominion over the works of your hands, that you would make him your crowning creation and glory. What's up with man? Till the whole earth be full of his glory. We're waiting on him. He's waiting on us to step into everything he paid for. But to do that, you have to give up you. Why is that hard? You were never made for you anyway. Why is it so hard to give up the lie to obtain the truth? Why have we become so accustomed with me, myself, and I, when most of us don't even like me, myself, and I when it comes right down to it? All he's asking us to give is what we were never created to be. Just understand this. When you were born from your mother, through your daddy, you have a father that goes way back before that, who saw your day before it was seen. He said, call no man on earth your father. You have one Father, he's in heaven. That means there's a time to be born. And it happened before your dad went into your mother. Whether you know them or not, whether the circumstance was cool or not, he's the author and giver of life. And if life came, it was your time. 500 million sperm cells race into one egg, one destination. Only one can be the winner. You said you never won anything. You won the greatest race of your life. And it wasn't even a race. It was staged. It was set. It wasn't even a race. The other millions had no chance because he knew you before you were known. You were predestined before time to be adopted in as a son and a daughter. And then we want to believe our life's an accident, should have never been born, nobody cares. No, no, no. Suicidal thoughts hitting people at rampant pace at young ages and all through life. Why? Because of this big war between dark and light. And what it keys on is self-centeredness. Darkness keys on self-centeredness because it has such an advantage if it can just get men to stay self-centered and still go to church. Let them fill churches. Just make sure they don't shine. Let them do all-night worship. Just make sure they don't know how to truly love one another. Make sure their marriages have unresolved conflicts, that their children grow up believing Christianity is nothing but hypocrisy. let them go to church. We'll just make sure they don't shine, and we'll play on the selfish motive because they haven't surrendered that. They've just wanted him to bless. Come on, I know that sounds intense, but it's real. Jesus said there's one thing you need to do to follow him, and it's deny yourself. We don't preach that. We think that's legalistic. Are you kidding? That's a gift. You mean I can get rid of me? I can give up me living for me? See, it's the biggest problem on the planet. It's not the presidency. It's not racial conflict. It's not war. The biggest problem on the planet is that every day people wake up and live for themselves when they're made for God's image. It's perverse. There's nobody in this room that was made for you. You were made for him in his glory. And he said the only way you'll ever know that and experience that and manifest that is if you deny yourself and realize you were never made for you. You were made for his great name.